What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Steve Marowski Golf, where I'm at Indian Springs Metro Park today trying to break par. First hole's a 54 yard par 4. Hit a good drive, pretty much right down the middle.
You want to
Just
go up ahead of
had
me?
somebody roll up on
Come
the
on,
tee,
faster.
so I was trying to figure out if he wanted to play through, if he wants me to go, that kind of thing. But got up there with a wedge, about 85 yards or so. Pretty good contact, just pushed it a little bit right, but gave me a decent look at birdie. Didn't know what the greens were going to roll like, didn't hit any practice putts. Hit a pretty good putt, all things considered, just on a super side slope there. A little bit of work for par, but no problem. Good fairway green 2-putt par to start. Second hole, par 4, goes a little bit left, so I tried to cut the corner with 3-wood. If I hit driver up the right, it would have gone into either a bunker or some trees. So ended up in a decent spot here. Pretty clear look at the green, about 120 yards or so. 53 degree, didn't hit it great, but I think it was a little downwind and didn't get a lot of spin on it, so it kind of tumbled for me and gave me a pretty good look at birdie. That was in the hole if I had hit it. Again, wasn't sure about the greens. They're a little bit furry. Long par 4 for the third hole. Kind of aiming at that tree in the middle that I went just left of. It's a little bit of a funky sight line for this hole, but ended up in a decent spot, just next to the tree, so I think I got a couple soft bounces with about 140 yards left. I think I left the face open a bit on that pitching wedge, and it didn't fly like I wanted it to, but it still caught a piece of the front edge. Yeah, on the front edge, putting for birdie from another zip code. Pretty good putt, I think, given the speed of the greens. A little bit of work left and rolled it in, so good confidence booster there from 6-7 feet, but don't want to have to keep doing it. Par 3, fourth hole. Hit a 7-iron, just trying to get it to the middle of the green. I think it was a little downwind, because it caught the back edge, which was a little unexpected, but another putt from another county. This one was really fast, which was a little bit jarring. So this putt here, I really like the putt. I don't normally react like that to putts too often, but I thought I made it up until the last couple rolls. So tough 3-putt bogey. Fifth hole, par 4, 330 yards or so. Hit a 2-iron and just left the face open again. Not a little bit of a frustrating shot there. Found the bunker, choked down on a gap wedge a little bit, just trying to keep it nice, and wasn't sure how I was going to react out of the sand. It was a little bit pebbly in there. Made a decent shot, just a little short. Pretty straightforward chip up there that was about pin high, about 5 feet or so. Well, even less than that. And I just pulled the putt. And those are ones that are pretty frustrating. So, kind of a tough bogey. Started with the tee shot, really, but what can you do? Sixth hole, another decent length, par 4, 425. Hit a really good drive, pretty much right down the middle. Can't ask for much better than that. Had about 145 or so, pitching wedge. I knew long wasn't going to be very good, so didn't go super crazy at it. But hit a good shot and pretty much center of the green. Wasn't sure about the speed on this one, but I was pretty happy with the result. Made sure to clean up the par there. Seventh hole, 375. It's a little bit of looks like a tight tee shot, but that tree on the right usually comes into play for me, but it was the trees on the left come into play, apparently. The snap hook, and I found it on this hard pan, so just punched out with a 5-iron. get something back in the fairway. Not much else I could do there, really. So, about 90 yards. Tried to hit like a smooth 3/4 53 degree, and it hit sort of the back right corner of the green and bounced off, which was a little surprising as you saw my reaction. And decent chip. I knew it was gonna go left on me. Um, Saved bogey. So all things considered, after the tee shot, bogey was kind of best case scenario. 8th hole, 190 yards or so, downwind, 7-iron. Really good strike. Just pulled it. Just hit a little bit of a draw. Was just long of pin high, just in the rough too. So had a chip, kind of downhill going to my right. Let it run out there. Would have liked that to drop. I think it had too much pace though. Either way. So, and that's a good up and down for par. 9th hole, par 5, pretty tough hole. Left is dead. You can go pretty far right though. Hit a nice little rope draw up the right side. Should give me a good angle into the green. About 260 yards or so. I grabbed 3-wood. Just trying to get it up there as close as I can. Hopefully not go left. Again, hit another kind of toey draw. Got it up there about 25-30 yards in front of the green, so not a bad swing at all. Could have been a lot worse, but this chip, again, this was one of those that it bounced. I thought it was going to sit and just kind of ran all the way to past the pin toward the back of the green, and just a huge shove on that putt. Really frustrating. And we cleaned up the par though, so decent front nine. Some shots that I would have liked back, but onto the back nine, 10th hole, par 4. It's a dogleg right. Good drive. This was pretty hard into the wind, pushing a little bit to the right, so I knew I wouldn't roll through into some of the long stuff that's out there, but got a gap wedge now from 135 or so. Just trying to get it up there and give myself a putt. Pretty good one there. It was a little bit long, which I was surprised about, just given the wind direction. And this was a tough putt after the hole. It's kind of drops off a cliff, so I really had to be conscious of the speed. As you can see, it just kept going on me there. So keep testing me from about 4 to 6 feet, but we're answering the call. 11th hole, par 4. There's water right. I haven't played this course in a little bit, so I thought the water was closer to the fairway than it actually was, so I aimed a little bit left. Luckily, it cut back for me to the right and was pretty much dead center of the fairway. Another gap wedge, about 130. Just a pretty smooth one. Tugged it a little bit, which is fine. It's got me on the green, got me a birdie putt. We'll see if we can hole it. I felt really good about this putt pretty much the whole way there, and just didn't hit it. Again, early in the year, hard to tell, the speed of the green, and with the variance that day of some fast, some not. So, on to the 12th, 169 yards, par 3. Hit a 7-iron. It was actually playing like 180 or so there, but I pitched about pin high and ran through the green, which was very surprising. So I had a little chip up there. Kind of went at it more than I would have liked. And I've got another tester for par. And I think that was a little bit of karma. Me saying I think it went backwards when I got to the hole, so not much you can do. A little bit of a tough bogey, but now a pretty daunting par 5, 602 yards. Out of bounds right, trees left. Aimed not super far left, but far enough where right's kind of out of play. So I ended up in the left rough. Still 320 yards in, so I hit a 4-iron up there, and somehow I hit like a Healy draw, which was strange. I was just trying to get it in the fairway and didn't even do that. But pitching wedge there, the green's kind of up along the cart path. There's a couple trees, and again, just pulled it. Must be the anti-right hole for me. Pin high, decent chip. Just get something up there, get it close. That would qualify. So, all things considered, 600-yard par 5, making a par, no complaints. On to the 14th. Got a 3-wood because driver would probably run out into the trees. I pulled it left. There's a collection of trees over there. Thought my ball would be in there, around there. I looked for about 5 minutes.
I spent
and
at least 5 minutes.
That's pretty much what I'm explaining here.
Been here the whole time.
I looked for about 5 minutes. Didn't see it.
Like 5 others.
I looked out in the fairway. It's right there, right next to the 150 marker. So sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So I've got about 150 with a 9-iron. Pulled it a little bit. I think it was going to be a little bit short pretty much the whole way. Not too bad. It would qualify more as left than short, I would say. But pretty straightforward chip. Get it up there close. Tap it in. Good par. 15, par 4, goes right. The landing zone's pretty tight. There's a creek about 240, and the trees over there jut in, and I hit pretty much the perfect spot for this hole. Gets past the trees, past the creek. Got a great angle in. He cut off some of the corner. So about 140 with a pitching wedge. I felt really good about the strike on this one. It was right at it. I knew there was a ridge kind of in the middle of the green that the ball might run down, and it sort of stayed on it. As you can see here, it's going downhill on me a little bit. And it just snapped left on me. Which is, that's a shot that I really wanted back. If there's any shot, probably from this round that I'd want back, it was that one. So 16 short par 3, I've got 53-degree wedge, and I didn't hit it super solid, just kind of left the face open and flared it right. Ended up pretty well short, probably 10 yards or so. Again, pretty straightforward chip. Just had to get it up there and let it roll a little bit, and it checked on me some unexpectedly. But we've got another 4-foot tester. We're able to get it to drop, so good par there. 17, par 5, goes pretty hard and left. There's a tree out in the middle that is kind of the aiming point, provided you don't hit it. I clipped the branches on the left of it. I got lucky that it dropped down for me. I don't think I hit him hard, but enough to hear it. So 6-iron from 200 yards, trying to get it up there somewhere on the green. Hit a good shot. It stayed out right on me, but it was pretty much pin high. So we've got an eagle putt way up the hill. And that's why it's 8 feet short. So a little disappointing there. Really want this one to drop. And we got it. That's sometimes how it goes. Sometimes you got those putts in the bag, but just fairway green 2-putt birdie. And on to 18, kind of a long par 4, goes right. And I pulled the tee shot a little bit, but pulling it on this hole really isn't too bad. Just in the left rough, about 175 yards. Just trying to hit an 8-iron up there, get something on the green. And just kind of, might have been an open face, maybe a little bit of a chunk, but just stayed right on me a little bit, but gave me a pretty straightforward chip here. My goal here was really just to get it close and have a tap-in par. So hit a good chip, and I saw it tumbling and dropped in. And that's how you make a birdie to finish 1 under for the back 9 and shoot a 73. So Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.